What is going on, friends and fam? We're here Monday night, and
find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way. And I'll keep waiting until we find that day. Yeah, I bet I'll keep saying, I'll keep playing. Oh, until you meet us one day. Yeah.
let's stop.
Stop, hey. Let's stop, hey, hey, yeah. It might be late, but let's stop, hey.
It's Monday. Reniassance, man. It's the daily variety show. Mark Pires, Reniassance, man. I'm here to connect with you. To you on day 900 917 in a row. We're still here, still doing it, showing up. What are you doing? Hanging out? Hope so. Because we're going to get into it just like we do every single day, so make sure you subscribe. Dingy the belly. Guys, it's not just good to subscribe. You got to ding the bell as well as subscribe. Because here's the thing. If you subscribe and you don't ding the bell, YouTube's like, yeah, they don't like the show. Yeah, I asked them once. It's like, wait a second. I have these subscribers. Yeah, but only 28% of them have the bell done. Wait a second. What does that mean? Well, we don't notify any of the other ones. Well, hold on, but they subscribe. No, that means they don't like the show. What do you mean? Well, if they subscribe but they don't ding the bell, that means they hate the show. What? I thought if they didn't subscribe at all, it means they hate the show. No. When they subscribe, they're telling YouTube, we hate this show. If they ding the bell, you're good. Then we're going to let them know. But most times, they just subscribe, and that means they hate you. Really, YouTube? This is what we're dealing with. How is everybody doing out there? Jim's in the house. Rose is kicking it here. I see Ruffner, and we have a party going. Jim's here day 29 in a row. I'm here day 917 in a row. He's catching up to me. I'm getting a little nervous. Jim's getting on my down, looking over my shoulder. Oh my goodness, there's Jim. He's on my back. 916 days. Look, how did he get there so quick? Time machine. He hung out with Future Mark for a little while. Future Mark's like, hey, just take this little formula, go over there, go talk to Doc Brown. Marty, 98.6 gigawatts. Marty. Dead on, right? They're just at least the Marty part. I never really did Back to the Future, but that's, I think, how he sounds, Doc Brown. Doc, we gotta go back to the future, Doc. I can't do him, but I can't do Marty McFly. Okay, but I guess I could do Doc Brown saying Marty. That I can do. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great day. I'm a little late because we saw the fireworks. Kind of cool because I haven't done that in a while, especially because of COVID. but we went down, and first time we were like, we're gonna sit back and like away and not even go near, and then we just kind of like, it was cool because it wasn't as packed as we thought it would be. The fireworks were phenomenal. Oh my goodness, I took a bunch of photos. The finale, it's like the perfect song. Like the whole thing was laid out very much like a song. I realized that for the first time. I think because I haven't seen fireworks in a long time, but because I write music every day, I was watching it like it's music unfolding. And I'm watching, you know, this really like this nice, delicate, like ballad taking place, and then all of a sudden it's like the drums kick in, you know what I mean? Like the beats. Oh, you need the woo-hoo. That's what I'm talking. You think I'm that Renaissance show and gonna get a woo-hoo? But hold on a minute. You're there, right? You're at the friggin' 4th of July celebration. You got like a charcoal fire going. You pumped. You brought a couple patties. You got yourself some hot dogs. You're like, I'm going grill it up on the barbecue grill there at the beach. Watch the fireworks go, right? You forgot the matches. How dare you? You're down there, you got all the goodies, got the fixings, you ain't got a match. Now you're going party to party. Could I borrow a lighter? You got a couple of matches that I can buy from you. You're buying them. It's that desperate out there. Nobody's lending you a lighter or matches because you happen to be of the wrong skin color for them. You're white. They don't like white people anymore. So you're done for the night. It's crazy that we're living in a world like that. Yeah, I got like charcoal all over my hands because we're at like fireworks and stuff, you know. I'm so excited though to sort of be seeing the world back from the old frame, the old lens, you know. We walked up and I saw people being, you know, social distancing, which is great. But I was able to experience the beach a little, just like from the back end. From the back end. It was like I was taking a par 5. I got myself the driver out. But it was really cool to do that with the kids. You know, I used to love as a kid to go see fireworks. I feel bad that we haven't gone in years, but it was really cool doing it. I'm really excited about it. So how's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's doing well. It's just been rolling around my friggin' head, and I can't get it out of my head. I'm like, what do we do over here? It's the curious case of Ben Affleck head. I don't know. It just keeps... I think it's because it scares me in a way that there's somebody with a head that big out there. We're really not sure if he's starting an amusement park. You know, around Affleck. It takes you 7 years. Like, you started it, and you were going into, like, you know, freshman year in college. You were like, I got class tomorrow. No. 7 years later, you came back around Affleck. They're like, you got an F. Yeah. You couldn't come to take the test and take the Affleck ride after your final. Oh, last day of the year. You were just about to get the A++++. You're going to be the star student. Took an Affleck. I'm going for the ride. It's a new ride. Did you want to ask them maybe before you go what the duration is? No, you're just going to jump on Affleck. What are you doing? You're taking a roller coaster around Affleck without checking first, like going and asking the guy who takes the tickets, hey, just how curious, how long is the ride? Is it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 7 days? Yeah, Affleck. And you just went with it. Wait, 7 years. Sorry, 7 years. You got it. The 7 days one was when you put nitros at the back. If you're interested in a nitro trip, you could do that. Still getting the F. Yeah. The other way, though, you came back and you were pregnant with your first child. Still don't know how that happened. It was, look, not sure what happened. It was a roller coaster ride, and you're moving around the outside of Affleck. There's a theory that there's star seeds that are emitted from the Affleck. And occasionally, a female will be, bow, chicka, bow, wow. How did you get the baby in there? Affleck. You got Afflecked. You didn't even realize. Like, oh, I got Afflecked so freaking hard. Like, how do you freaking get Afflecked that hard? You know, it happened though. And you can't figure it out. You're like, hold on a second. Affleck did that to you? Yeah, no, it's not good. 7 years to go around Affleck in your stupid roller coaster. You got the F. Sorry, you can't be a doctor anymore. You needed that A. If you had the A, you would have been good. You would have been able to like really do things in life. But no, unfortunately. How was the ride though? Did you have a good time? Like, what did you see? Did you see anything? Oh, really? You saw the constellations? Interesting. 7 years. I figured you'd see a few things. You know what I mean? But anyway, what did you eat on Affleck? Oh, that's right. They feed you. You get like a 5-course meal throughout the day. It just comes popping through your stupid freaking car. You're in a car, and you're just like Afflecked around it, and you're just like, it's almost like Elon Musk made the cars specific, so you can get a good view of Affleck, but you could also look out and get a good look at the other 7 continents. I'm just saying, nobody knew that Affleck was that freaking big until they were in the same state with him. You drove in and you're like, the freak is that? Honey, is that Ben Affleck? I never thought I could see Ben Affleck with the naked eye. Oh my goodness. At least I get myself, like, I make myself laugh. And I think that's what matters. If you can't go through life making yourself laugh, then you're in big trouble, my friends. Okay, because look, if you can't make other people laugh, then that's terrible. But if you can make yourself laugh, you're good at least for that much, Like I've seen people walking down the street just laughing maniacally. He must have told himself the best joke. I tell him, I'm like, that guy must have told himself the best joke. He's hilarious to himself. You could do that. Be hilarious to yourself, and it doesn't matter what other people think anyway. If you're happy, if you laughed at it, they just don't have a good sense of humor. Remember that. Oh my goodness, guys, I just love vamping. I love improvising on this show and I don't even know. What the freak, right? I mean, what am I even talking? You got Affleck hard? Like what? Hold on a minute. You got an Affleck? You know Ben Affleck's head is roughly about the size of Sonny's fists. If you multiplied his fists, which you know that Sonny's stupid fists. Look at them friggin' fists. Are you kidding me? You need 7,247,362 Sonny fists to make up the circumference of one Affleck. You didn't know. But, thank you, Gino, for a splash. I got a splash. Oh, it smells delicious, Gino. Delicious. Can I ask, do you have a biscotti? You have a Stella D'Oro? For a Debaroo? Oh, how's everybody doing? Sonny, put your stupid freaking coffee down, Sonny. We're trying to have a conversation. Bubba, my friend, how are you? So I want to play something for you guys. This other thing that's in my head for the last 2 days. Holy cow. So the other night, Sid comes on, and he says something about 45. That 45 was his favorite. I said, oh, Sid 45. Yes, Sid 45 was my favorite too. So we wrote a new bit, and I want you to hear it because it's probably one of the funniest and craziest adventures I've written in a while. What's kind of cool is this. I want to share something I think is kind of cool. You tell me if it's cool. I think it's cool. I went from doing Dick Facce and making these crazy scenes where I would just vamp and go nuts
swing trader
and let my improvisation take us somewhere, to just doing me, or like a Charlie Day version of me, where I just sit here and I'm like doing the Charlie Day / Will Ferrell. I realize it's like 5 different people I've seen before together at once. You got Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Charlie Day, and me. So there's a mix of all four of those things coming together as one. I think. Like I don't think there's much other. I mean, my impressions are a different thing, but when it's a matter of doing these silly things, it's like all of those things meshing into one. I feel like I don't know. Maybe some Chris Farley too, because it's a lot of really. It's like very much animated. But here's the thing. I'm liking doing me more than Dick Facce lately, where I'm just doing my thing like you're about to see with the Sid 45. I like doing that. That's the version, you know? Like, I like doing the, you know, like, I'm presenting something to you. I'm here from the future. Next year, the sun will come out tomorrow. Listen, Future Mark had a nice little scene yesterday. I may have to bring him back for an encore because we didn't do a very long Future Mark last night. If anybody wants to ask some questions of Future Mark, maybe Bubba News has some questions for Future Mark. I don't know, but I do have something to share with you guys. So this is a version of me doing a bit because of Sid, our brother Sydney. You know, I like doing bits for you guys and with you guys. Like this is a very interactive show. I hope you guys see that and understand that. And I'm here to connect with you every day. But like if you look back, I wrote a song about Lori Wagner, and just random stuff happens here. You know, I'll see people and they become part of a bit, or someone says something and then I write a song. And we've done that so many times, but I want you to know that you can do that too. You know, just get involved. Just say hello and be a part of the chat and get my attention when I'm able to focus on the chat and ask, if I'll play something or do some sort of silly thing, and I'll try it. I will always do silly things for you guys. You know that. Supermark versus Batmark? Are you kidding me? What are we doing over here? Hold on a second. So this is what we're thinking. We're going to be doing obviously a lot more Future Mark. But allowing me to just be me and do some silly stuff and be the animated self that I am or person that I am is cool because the Facce thing honestly is hard. It's hard to do the Facce thing all the time. Hold on a minute. Doing that in my voice all the time? Woof. Woof. So we need a laugh right now. It's Monday. It's 11:11. Just went to 11:12. And we're going to play something called Sid 45. And if you have not ordered your Sid 45 yet, you'll see. Links are below. Now support Sid. Come on, guys. He makes his own beverage. You're not going to go out there and do your thing to be a part of the future of all beverages. I can't figure you out. Anyway, let's see what we have for Sydney.
Hi there. Welcome to Forward. Come on in.
Oh, Forward.
I'm Dr. Nate Favini.
Hi, Nate. Please give it a share. Give it a like. There's the link. Hey, I like it. Hey, good job, Mark. In Alaska. His name is Sid. Sid already has it. But thanks for sharing with Sid anyway, because now he has a second link. Now Sid can go right to the channel, or he can go to the email you sent. Or we'll just keep it going. So thank you for that. You were being very thoughtful. You're like, I got a friend in Alaska. His name is Sid. I'll send it to him. Sydney? Sid 45? Yeah. We know Sid 45. We sponsor his drink every night. That's right, Sid 45. Yeah, when you get yourself a nice drink, get yourself a Sid 45. That's right. There's nothing like a Sid 45 when it's negative 45 degrees here in Alaska. Get yourself a Sid 45. By Manon. And Sid's over there, Sid 45. Guys, when you need your liquor, make sure you order your Sid 45. They're available down below. Check the description. And what is going on here with this? You can get a six-pack for 6,229 rupees. You can only buy it in rupees right now. We don't have the conversion to U.S. dollars yet. But if you got rupees, you can make that order tonight. Sid, did you figure out how to exchange the rupees for money yet? Because I know that was something he said was trying to figure out still. He's like, look, I'll take the rupees, but like, then what? Like, okay, cool, I got the rupees. But then like, what do you do with rupees if you can't go and like, change them out and get money for the rupees? Like nobody wants rupees sometimes. And they're like, I don't feel like it. I'm good with the rupees at the moment. you know? Like, if you came in with German Deutschmark, we'd be good. Like, I'd be like, okay, good, here you go, exchange that thing out. But when you come by with rupees, I'm like, I'm good on the rupee situation, you know? You got a big pile of rupees. You're like, I sold SID 45s. Everybody for rupees, part of the world. They're like, I'm buying a SID 45 to go to bed. Sid gets the SID 45s out to them. They all sign the rupees coming through in the mail. He buys them in the mail. A couple people send in some powder. It's not anthrax. No, it was just like somebody was just shaving, like a talcum powder. It happens sometimes, but most of them were rupees. And when they got there, Sid had a big pile of rupees. It was like an old cartoon where you have that big pile of rupees behind him. And he's there, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, geez, how am I going to exchange these? Everywhere he goes, they're like, oh, rupees? Sorry, we're not interested. We're not in the business of rupees. Sorry, you have Deutschmarks? No? Okay, good, sorry. Look, if you had sterling, British sterling, or if you're working with U.S. dollars, good to go. Ruby, no, we're not good on that one. Go and find a Russian or something and see if you can work with them. You can do some sort of back end, 20 cents on the dollar, whatever. Because we are not interested in your situation there, rupees. No, we're not into it. Sorry. Do like your product though. SID 45 is very good. I had a friend of mine buy it for me. He had rupees. And so, like, I was there at his house one night. He's like, look, this is cool. I just sent it through the mail. He was the one that was shaving talcum powder. He was talking to the guy who came through the mail. Sorry, Sid, but you know what? Love the product. Good stuff. I'm curious, are you going to make like a SID 45 squared where you do the Bach version? So instead of it being like a 4.2 on the alcohol, you're going to do like an 8.4. You're thinking about we're just giving you ideas because we do like the SID 45. If you're going on a malt level anyway, you could push it up to an 8.4. I'm not trying to tell you your business. I mean, you are SID 45. So like, that's not me to be like, hey, you should do this, Sid. But if you do it, I can guarantee you, boom, 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 you got a client for life right here. SID 45 Bach 2021 version. We are in. Are you selling styles? What's the IPO? If you could let me know on that one, we're going to be investing. Because we're talking about big time here, SID 45. You're out there on the stock. You're on the shelves. People going there, like, what do I want to drink? I'm getting a SID 45. That's right. It's the face drink of the best of the kind, but someone's saying it's the best in the world. Everybody says that. They're all there drinking it. Everybody's drinking the SID 45. Bach. You can't. You can't do that. Make a Bach version. Sometimes, Sid, I really question, like when you get a great idea like that you don't just run to the drawing board. Sid pretty well, he's going to the Bach version. You just double the freaking alcohol. For twice, I think. That's what you do. You're like, oh, I took it out after 3 weeks and it was good. Leave it in for 6. You got double at that point. You're pulling it out. I made a box SID 45. You put it on the shelf. You make $1 billion. You're the first SID 45 billionaire. If Future Mark was here, he would tell you, Sid, I've seen this episode. It is done. If you put your head down, it gets accomplished. Yeah, the SID 45 train just takes over, and all of a sudden, across the friggin' land, everyone's drinking SID 45, the Bach version. You're surprised, like Sid's the one who's most surprised. He's sitting there, he's like, I can't figure it out anymore. Nobody bought the regular SID 45. They all went Bach. Everybody went Bach. The whole planet went Bach. They're like, SID 45 Bach, SID 45 Bach, and you're like a super billionaire because you listened. You listened to the guy who wasn't going to take your rupees. I'm sorry, we can't. That's why the guy gave them to you. The guy who gave you the rupees so he can get the SID 45. He's like, I can't freaking do anything with the rupees anyway. There's a guy who takes rupees for SID 45. Shoo, let me give him all the freaking rupees I got. This guy sent a quarter of his house was there. It was just all like filled with rupees. Just in the mail. 30 packages. Sid, how many packages did you get from him? I think it was 30. And yeah, there we go. Sid said there were 6,900 rupees per case. And he got 39 cases from that guy. Just for like, all he wanted back was 2 6-packs of Sid 45 for 39 cases of rupees. And Sid was like, yeah, no, cool, I got all these rupees. He didn't realize that rupees are friggin' garbage. Like, nobody even wants them. You can't even give them out to kids at Halloween. They're like, I got rupees. Parents throwing them back at Sid's house. Sid's got rupees all over his garden. People are like, wow, that's a really cool, like, like he's got this really cool landscape garden thing going on with art. Oh, what do you mean there's art? I don't know. There's all these red things all over. That you freaking rupees. He's got rupees all over his lawn every freaking where. A couple of kids threw him hard. Put him like they threw him so hard, stuck in the side of the wood siding, cedar. So it's, it's a little softer. Rupees. And you got rupees in the siding now, looking like an old Keebler elf hut with all the rupees. And people walk by and laugh, chuckle. They're like, I don't even want to take him off the lawn. Let's just walk by and laugh at that guy who has rupees everywhere. The sad thing is that even though the entire property's filled with rupees now, where you could barely see any grass, all you see is rupees, you still go in the door, and as you open the door, friggin' rupees come out, just like pouring out of the house. You gotta go in like the old balls when you go to Hershey's Park, and you come down the slide, and it's just like a bunch of balls, and you're like, look, Mom and Dad. You're throwing the little colored balls around like the lady the other day with the fingernails, all those different colors, and you go, look at me. You're doing that in the house, kicking out rupees, so you can just go in and grab a freaking glass of milk. You're like, I just need a glass of milk. Open the door. Out into the street. The kids are surfboarding on it. You got a hill. You live on a hill. What the hell is wrong with me? I just keep going with it. The rupees are pouring out of the house. You have a hill on a 3-degree pitch. They're starting to roll, right? Little kid comes down, 7-year-old. He's like the second coming of Tony Hawk. He takes the wheels off of his skateboard. He gets on them freaking rupees. He's going down the hill. He's going around. He goes around the freaking street like the pole. He's like this, right? He comes to the one point where you have to go over the curve, right? He ollies that curve like a champ. In the process, kicks up a couple rupees into Mrs. Robinson's light bulb. She was not happy. That was a special light bulb. That was Anderson Philipson that made that light. And she's like, just keep in mind, okay? Rupees every freaking where. While this kid's coming down, you still hear it. It's coming out of the house. The kid's surfing on the rupees. Surfing. Ollies in the air. Kicks up. Rupees all over. Breaks the special light. It's my favorite light. She's pissed, right? The kid's up in the air. 7. Flies through the air right at the same time. There's a little, like a 16-year-old kid who's there smoking a cigarette. He's that kid, right? He was like, I'm doing it. He's smoking a cigarette. He's got his phone out. He's TikToking it. Look at me, I'm smoking a cigarette. He realizes that this 7-year-old is the real TikTok star. Flips the camera. Yibbity yap. He's filming this kid right now. He's flying through the air like this. Rupees flying into Mrs. Robinson's special light. This bonehead over here with the cigarette. Right? 7-year-old's flying through the air. He kicks the board out to do one of this old and land on his feet. It flies into this is the craziest part. Flies through into the air. Hits the mailman right in the nog. It just so happened that it was a movie being filmed that day. And that skateboard happened to hit Ben Affleck. Affleck! In his head. Woo! The thing is, it really wouldn't have been difficult to hit him in the head. No matter where that skateboard was projected that day. It could have been in that direction. Could have been in that direction. Could have been up there. Could have been down there. You're hitting freaking Affleck right in the direct part of the face. Like you're like, oh my goodness. 7-year-old splat right on Ben Affleck. Couple rupees. Right into Affleck. Doop, 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 right down the ground. He's like, that was like when I was Pluto and an asteroid hit me. Doesn't bother him at all, right? So, here's the thing. You feel really bad because you ran into him full speed. You're a 7-year-old. And you're like, I love you, man. Like, you were awesome in Batman. You didn't realize his head was that big either, though. Like, that's the one thing as a 7-year-old. You did step back. You're like, oh, at first. And then you were like, oh, that's right. That's the guy from the movie. And then you're trying to figure out as a 7-year-old. We were kind of really impressed with the way your mind functioned, that you started going through the process of saying to yourself, how the freaking heck did they get that guy's head on camera? It must have been like a 7-camera job, film it from enough angles and you can get one angle, like if I take all of these angles and capture an Affleck, maybe I could concise it into a normal looking head. And that's what they seem to be doing in Hollywood. And that is what the 7-year-old figured out as he gingerly walked across the entire street filled of rupees because your freaking door is still pouring it out. All right, here's the crazy thing. You are standing there. You're looking at it. Sid, you're looking down the street as this kid does all of this. You're like, holy freaking cow, he ran into Affleck. And you said again, you're like, he ran into Affleck again. Because you thought you saw something like that in a dream. There's like a weird deja vu moment for you. Like he did it again. It was the first time, Sid. You should really need some rest. Anyway, so then you're like, oh, goody. That's good, because most of the rupees are out of the house now. I don't have to worry about that. I'm having a hard time with the exchange rate. You go in the door, and you're still at 7 feet. 7 feet of rupees. You walk in, and you're swimming in it. Pushing them out the door in the process, just to try to make a freaking somewhat of a path to get some milk. I know. Sid, it's like... It's unbelievable. Why won't anybody just take your rupees? Take them off your hands already. I mean, like, you just want to go back to normal. Walk through your house and not have to, swim across the house. Rupee house. That's rupees. Really. That's where we are. That's where Sid is right now. Sid 45. Look, you wanted to have the production launch and do it before you had the currency situation figured out. Oh, we can't sell it to people in the U.S. We can't sell it to anybody but people from India. Oh, really? You're going to go put it in India for rupees? Okay, yeah, you do the rupee situation. Okay? Go ahead. Let me know how you're doing up there in Alaska when you get that friggin' rupee in the mail. Oh, how'd you do? I got a freaking house full of rupees. Oh, literally? Like, what do you mean? Like a room? No, the house. Up to the freaking ceiling. I can't even go in there. How do you get your milk? I don't know. I still haven't figured that out. I'm opening the door, and I'm watching kids skateboard down the friggin' street. My neighbor hates me. She had this really cool light. No more. Yeah, a little kid ran into Ben Affleck. Right into the big, for that part of right by there. Affleck just went like this. It didn't even feel it. He didn't know what happened, actually. He had his eyes closed for a split second. He was just taking a nap. And he's like, oh. He did one of those. And a poor 7-year-old, he's like splattered. Came out. Affleck! Affleck has a hard time hearing when you're that close to him. Because remember, when you're here, his ears are all the way the frig over there. Like, all the way there, and all the way over to friggin' there. Oh, he's like, well, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me. What's that? Can you say that one more time? He's got to turn his freaking head to hear anything you say. I'm sorry. It's just what happens when you're out there on the street with rupees in your house trying to kick him out of the friggin' house. Sid! Just give it another 2 weeks. Get your manager to hook up the conversion rate. Sell it to U.S. customers as well. Sold out first night. He's like, I'm going rupees. Sold the friggin' complete stock out. He's like, I got 750,000, cases of this Sid 45. Sells it out, all rupees. Now he can't get his money back. He's like, can I get my 750,000 cases of Sid 45 back? Because your rupees are worthless. Sorry, buddy. No take-backs. No take-backs. You should have known before you made a deal like 2 6-packs for 3,247 rupees. That's a deal you have to live with now, Sid. I'm actually enjoying this Sid 45 right now while you're talking to me. We open them and if we drink it, each can, it takes us a week to get through. A sip a day. A sip a day, Sid 45. We can't, take too much in at one time. First of all, we could die. We don't ever drink. But the other thing is that we use it for our religious celebrations. So Sid 45, Bach version. We're doing that one now. I just want to thank you for it, Sid 45. And how are those rupees doing? Yeah, not too good, right? Old Sid. Sid 45. Get the greatest drink on the planet. It's the Bach version. Kick you in the friggin' Bach. I don't know what the hell that is. Some people like Beethoven. Other people like Mozart. Sid 45 likes Bach. Ooh, I just came up with the commercial. I want full credit. I want full credit for that one, Sid. Some people like Beethoven. Other people like Mozart. Sid 45. We like Bach. Boom! 8.4%.
The Curious
Alcohol by
King.
volume. By Menon.
Woo!
We did it. We did it by Menon again.
There's nothing like by Menon, right, guys? Look at who's that guy. That's Giorgio Tsoukalos. And that's the Curious Case of Ben Affleck down below. We're not going to play that right now because we just had a 15-minute bit. But how crazy funny is the Sydney bit? Oh, Sid, we love you, buddy. You've been a fan and friend of the show for so long. And I just want to thank you for always supporting the show. And I'm glad to actually have a bit for you. How cool is it that Sydney has his own bit now? And, if you go back, Sig Sauer has his Dick Facce bit. I did a 13-minute bit for Sig Sauer when he was taking off for a while. We haven't seen Sig in a little while. Hopefully he'll come back and hang out with us. We miss Sig. But the thing is, the bit was so good. The bit for Sig Sauer was so good of Facce. And in fact, if you ever want to go and see one of the funniest Dick Facce bits, go and type in "How dare you, Sig Sauer," and it's spelled Sauer. How dare you, Sig Sauer? It is brilliantly crazy. Like, it's one of the funniest things I've ever done. In fact, I need to play it for you right now. I'm sorry. When things like this happen, it makes me realize, and I remember. In fact, I'm going to send Sig a message. I hope that he'll pop on right now and say hi while we're playing his bit. Sig was the person who believed in the show first. He found me. I mean, that's not accurate 100%. I've had a small group of people that have been around for a while, and sometimes Denise Budnick is one of them. She's been around for as long as anybody. She was around before Sig. Bulldag was around before Sig. He comes around occasionally. But Sig came along, and he watches a lot of shows, and he's like, "Why are you doing 3 hours a night to two people?" And I had 279 subscribers, I think, until October of this past year. October 2019, I'm sorry. No, was it 2020? No, it was 2019, I believe. Someone has to tell me. I don't think it's been a year plus, so maybe it was. Regardless, Sig came along, and I needed to get to 1,000 subs and get 4,000 view hours before October 1st. I want to say it was 2020. Maybe it was. No, it was 2019. October 1st it had to happen. So Sig comes along and he helps me out. I mean, this was day 500. Okay, hold on. Yeah, day 500 is about 300 days ago. Almost a year ago. Yeah, so you know what? It was last year. Sig got this show over 1,000 subscribers, got me 4,000 watch hours. So I was able to monetize my program after having this program since I'm not having this program, but having this platform since 2009.
I put out a couple of really early clips, Christopher Walken and Harry Carey. I was used to doing a lot of Will Ferrell, Harry Carey bits, and I would be interviewing Christopher Walken, Al Pacino. I had an Owen Wilson one somewhere I never got to. I should look for that just to finally release it. It's 12 years old, it's never been released. I'd love to find that and drop it. But after I dropped those couple of videos, I was like, oh, this isn't doing. For some reason, I was like, I just stopped. I don't know. I had that Owen Wilson one it was ready to go. I just had to edit and drop it. I didn't do it. I go back 10 years later, literally. I had 3 kids. I go back there 2018 when I started this show, and I started looking back at the comments on this. Now it got thumbs up. It got a lot of thumbs down. One of them. But there's a lot of great comments there. Hey, when are you doing your next video? I love this. You love your Christopher Walken. When are you doing your next video? Oh, that Al Pacino's so funny. Scarface is so funny. What do you do? And I'm like, holy cow, all these people are potential family members for the Reniassance show. So I got in touch, sent a comment to each and every one of them. Like 11 years later, I'm like, sorry, I never saw this. I lost track of that email. And then I never went back in. I assumed that nobody ever watched those. One of them has like 130,000 views. That's a crazy amount of views for something I've created. It's cool. You know, I'd love to get more people to see some of the funny things we've done here, some of the great pieces of content, some of the songs specifically, you know. So the Sig Sauer bit is hilarious. Let me see if I can play it for you. And there's a specific part I want you to see. It's the beginning part. I may just play you the beginning, because I don't want to get into music all night. I mean, I don't want to get into this all night. I want to get into some music as well. So let's see. Check this out. This is how I used to do Dick Facce. This is prior to green screen.
Hi there, welcome to Forward. Come on in.
Hey!
I'm Dr. Nate Favini. I'm
Hi,
a medical
Nate.
lead here at Forward.
So
and
what
I'm
do you do
excited
here
to
at
be giving you a
Forward?
tour of our
No, I'm sorry to
location.
talk over you. I just want to know, like, what do you do? Wait,
Notice
hold
about
on.
the
No,
location is
can you,
that there's
before
no
you
way
say
in.
that,
That's
give me a
because there's
second. I
no
just want to
way
ask
in
you
here at
one
Forward.
freaking question.
Come right in and
You're
see
just
a
going to
doctor.
talk while I'm
Access
trying to
to
get...
the doctor is
Where's
really
your
important.
bathroom?
So it's as simple as checking
It's
in
that
on
way?
an iPad,
Oh, no.
and then coming over to what we call our body scanner.
Body scan. Can I
Now,
go there
the
and
body
use
scanner
it
is
as a
a device-
bathroom? Here's 6 hours.
I'm sorry. Am I speaking tongues? Hold on now, man. You drive a car, right? The car is made of sticks, okay? Just listen, hear me out. It's made of sticks. You got a friend who could put a rubber band in one of the tires. So when you push backwards, it will vault you forward like 12 feet. You got that vehicle. That's it. Starting in Florida. Costa Rica, right? Bronx. Costa Rica. You're doing a triangle, essentially. Okay? You're telling me you can't take the extra trip on your pullback and shoot buggy made of sticks? Takes you 15 years to come up to the Bronx. Pay your respect. You got gray hair when you got here. You left. You were a senior in college. You got here. You're a granddad. You got here. You pay respect. You got to Costa Rica. They had to have a funeral prepared. It took you 47 years. But it was worth it. You came to the Bronx to pay respect. Sonny, he's starting to get it, Sonny. He understands that the Facce, when you go to see the Facce in the Bronx, your soul is prepared. It's all that matters, okay? Look, hold on man. Let me ask you a question. If I had the choice between Costa Rica and the Bronx, just for 2 minutes, pay respect, and then skedaddle. I don't want to see you after that. You know what I mean? It's like, you come get respect, and give respect,
And then you gotta go. You got things to do. You got that family, remember? You got the grandkid now. You got here. You just had a kid. You just had the kid when you shot out from Florida 12 feet. You shoot back 12 feet more. But here's the thing. Every time you pull back on the rubber band, you're going back 8 feet before you shoot forward. So you're really going 4 feet every time you shoot. 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet. 72 years later, your kids had kids. You're there. Your 401k's doing great. But you're not. What? How dare you? How dare you not do whatever you can to come pay respect to Facce?
I haven't seen this in so long.
I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm having a brain bleed, I think. I don't know what to do. Sonny, do you want to take over? I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing, Sonny? These people can't listen to me. I got 6 hours. He's like, oh no, I gotta go Costa Rica. You're in the Bronx. I get it. I'll get an espresso in the Costa Rica. How dare you? How dare you? You're gonna go there without coming here first? What? Hold on one moment. So you got, like, the little training wheels bike, you know? Like a 3-year-old's bike, the pink one, Bobby. Got the Bobby Dream House bike. The one that's got the training wheels that don't even move. You know what I mean? They're like stuck so the kid doesn't fall over. You know what I mean? You got that one. You're riding. You're doing all right for a little while. But you can't really sit on the seat. You're sitting on the tire. You put a little, like, shirt there just to protect yourself from the friction. Because you can't sit on the seat. Florida. Wrong. You can't be uncomfortable for 732 days? 24-hour days. You stop for drinks, fuel for your soul, and back on the road. You create a new hole in your body from the trip. No? Sonny! Can you believe this guy? How dare he? You don't want a new hole? You don't want to drive 747 days on your bike that's made for a 2-year-old? Pink Bobby, Dream House Bobby bike? Training wheels that don't move. You're not going to ride that bicycle from there to here to over there? How dare you? How dare you? I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time here, guys. I just can't figure you. I can't figure you out. You're the ultimate, like, Rubik's Cube. You ever had that stupid thing? Try to friggin' figure, I get the reds and the blues and yellow. How dare you tell me to do something color-coded? I rip it into pieces, put it back together with the colors matching. That's how I roll. I use that freaking, like, goof off. I pull off all the stickers and put them back color coordinated. How dare you try to trick Facce? Oh, I can do it in 13 seconds. Oh, yeah? You could also get punched in the mouth 13 times in 13 seconds. I'm a 92-degree black belt. How dare you? Oh, I 13 times. I'm sorry, it happens. How dare you? Look, let me ask you a question.
Facce!
Oh my goodness, guys.
Guys, there's nothing like Dick Facce. I swear. Every single one, no matter what you find. No matter what Dick Facce clip you pick up, you will belly laugh. He is out of his freaking mind. Out of his mind. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, Facce used to attack me. That was the funny thing about Facce. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I used to wear this as Facce.
and I wear a hat, and I had a mustache. Hold on, I can't figure. I had a wig, a gray wig, and the whole joke was that I would be in the middle of my show, and Dick Facce would jump me and take over the show for like 15 minutes, and then we'd go to a clip, and you'd hear me in the background getting beat up again, like, Facce, what are you doing here? I'd be like, you can't catch me. Are you kidding me? Next time I'm gonna elbow you in the fotch. Ooh. And then you'd hear like, oh, you hear like wrestling, and then I'd come back in, I'd be like, oh, he elbowed me in the head or in the fotch too, and then I'd be like, you guys, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me he was coming? Like, I'm here. You didn't tell me he was coming up behind me. You just let me get jumped by Dick Facce. I mean, I don't know what to do with you guys here. You're supposed to be on my side. Oh, it was such a funny way of doing Dick Facce. Then we graduated to green screen, and we're just like, hold on a minute. Sonny, what are we doing, Sonny? And I think this is a whole different dynamic. Obviously, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. It's funny. Everything evolves. It used to be a different backdrop, so I would just do Dick Facce and talk to this wall, and I pretend it was somebody. Now I do that. Telefrifrin's the wall. Telefrifrin, Susan. Are you kidding me? She's the worst costume designer and props gal in Hollywood. Yeah. I mean, how many times are we going to have her? She keeps forgetting things. She's there playing Tetris. I'm like, what are we doing? You're going to play Tetris? Surrender Radio. How are you, my friend? So good to see you. So, you guys want to laugh more? You want a piece of music? What are you feeling like? You know I'll play you whatever you feel like. Right now, I could go many different ways. I could play you a Back to the Future Mark episode. I could play you a Waterworld episode. We watched that yesterday, though. But you know what I want to... Maybe I'll play this for you real quick. It's pretty short. And it's pretty cool. I'll see if somebody says anything, if they want to hear anything specific. But that Sig Sauer bit is pretty funny, right? We got to get Sig back out here. Maybe have him call in sometime. Sig's got a great story. You know, he's a guy who basically walked away from everything. You know, he stepped... If the story's correct, he's something with a test. He didn't like this taking tests a certain way. And he walked out, and they were like, hey, come and sit down and take the test. He's like, all right, I'll be back. And he never went back. He started like all these businesses, and everything he's the way he says is everything he touched turned to gold. Like, no matter what he did, he would just find a way to make money. I was like, man, pretty impressive. And then he had a really terrible story. He was delivering for his business, and he got sidewinded, whatever you would call it, by a truck. Almost died, and like his life changed. And while he's there and he's recuperating and he's in the hospital, he found my show, and he said that this show helped him, nursed him back, to health and to thinking positive and to connecting again, and to come back out and just start to be a part of the communities again. And that's when he felt he needed to do something in order to get you guys here. So Sig went out of his way to talk to Wages, to talk to Scott from Planet X. I think he started Scott from Planet X, and then Scott from Planet X spoke to Wages. Then Wages he got most of you guys here. But it all started. The dominoes started because of Sig Sauer. So I'll forever be thankful to Sig. Now, I got one more piece of comedy I'm going to play for you here. This is from just the other day. I think Surrender likes Waterworld. You know what, Surrender? You're going to really dig this. You guys ever heard of the goggle moderator? Are you kidding me? They come here and they try to use their goggles on us, Surrender. It's unbelievable. Check this out. Goggle moderator. I'm over him. I'm going to take Raven and take...
This is the checkers game where grandson and granddad will bond.
Tell grandson and granddad to tune into the Renaissance Man program. It is the family
so
show.
Awesome you're here. I wonder what happened. Yeah, I've heard that the GOG, the goggle, sometimes the goggle just like, yeah, we get it. You shadow ban the show, and then you have people that are family members, and you're like, you can't do anything for 10 minutes because I'm the goggle. Yeah, we get it. I saw that the other day. I was like, goggles timed you out. I was like, goggle? Who the hell called the goggle? I don't need you to put your goggles on. All right. And come over here and use your goggles on the show. Not interested in you putting on your goggles. Oh, great. Goggle gave me this. Excuse me. Who the freak needs the goggles anyway? Use your eyes. Oh, no, we use the goggles. Look, this is the thing. The goggle is like the 21st century fact check. Oh, look, we used the goggles instead. We didn't just use our naked eyes. We used the goggles. I got goggled, you know? Oh, look, if we're deciding for 10 minutes that you can't do this. Well, why did you do that? Because we used our goggle. You used your goggles? Why didn't you just freaking look? And you would have seen you didn't need to time out Raven. Okay, she's been here. She's part of the family. And you're there doing a timeout thing with your goggles. It's sad, the overreach of power, really. Once you put those goggles on, you're like, oh, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to put Raven over there. I'm going to put the NTC over here. And Mark Zuckerberg on a throne. We're going to praise him. You and your goggles. I got to tell you something. We've had our eyes on you for a while you've had your goggles on us. And the thing is, you think that you're superior with your goggles. Like, oh, you people without your goggles, you can't see what we see with our goggles. No, we see you. We actually see you clearer without goggles on. I mean, seriously, like, you think the goggles, like, but they get foggy. You didn't clean them some days, and it's a little bit misty out there. You know what I mean? So, like, we see it clear. You're all goggled up. And then you come here with your goggles on, all you know? It's like, muggy. It was muggy out. And you just went into your car, put the AC on, so now it's like super, you know? And you got out, and you're like, oh, look, Raven, 10 minutes. You didn't even see. Your stupid goggles were fogged up. This is the problem. You hire someone with their goggles, and you're like, look, this is a goggle moderator. They're here to just throw their goggles on. They didn't consider the humidity factor. They didn't consider the fog and how it could affect the perception of a goggler. Look, that's why we're here. To shine a light on those things. You know, I mean, like, I can't, you know, we're trying to get through, you know, and then you're there with your goggles on. I'm going to rave it over there. 21st century fact checkers. My goggles. I'm sorry. I'm still working without goggles. When I can see things pretty and clear. All right. You there with your goggles. I got goggles on. I'm superior to you because I got goggles. Your goggles are fogged up. Yeah, I saw you came out from the outside. It was like 67 and like muggy. And you're like, I'm going to put on the AC in my car. You got out of the car. You come in here and you take Raven out of the play? What do you can't take her out of the picture? She's here. And you come in all goggled up. I know what it was. You thought it said Craven. And you just don't like people that are craving things because you are like one of those weird people who's like a minimalist, right? And like everything to you is like, I've got a book, and everything else is like, it's too much. So you thought craven. You thought that Raven was craving something. Like, oh, there's somebody craving something else again. I'm going to take your 10-minute out on her with my goggles. Maybe next time you should take a rag to the front of your goggles. So you can see clearer. It wasn't Craven. It was Raven. And you! I'm just disappointed that they hire people. They put them in the goggle program. And then they treat, you know, like everybody in the family that way. It's like... Just look, if you want to put goggles on and you want to be one of those guys... I'm that guy with the goggle. That's you, okay? That's you. I'm just not into it. I'm not going to goggle you. You're never going to get a message from me saying, you've been timed out by goggle moderator. No, because I'm not goggling you. No. I'm going to give you an up and down without the goggles on. And if I don't like what I see, I just don't say anything at all. I just take off. You know what I mean? Like you know, the thing is, once you put the goggles on, you think like, I'm like the greatest and everybody has to do what I think. But the reality is like, everybody should do what the frig they want. You know what I mean? The goggles are they impede your judgment, really. because you think like you see things clearer. But as I said, unless you hire a squeegee guy, those goggles are getting dirty. Just walking around planet Earth with goggles, you're talking about like 3-4 hours before you got a sludge on your eyes. Part of it's from the people walking by just throwing hate at you because you're a goggler. But then on top of that, just the chemtrails, everything else that's going on, cakes up on your goggles. You gotta hire a squeegee guy. You're the reason why there is a squeegee guy occupation now. You go over to you just go online and type in I need a squeegee guy. They're hard to come by right now. Everybody's got a squeegee guy because they're doing all the gogglers have a squeegee guy on hand because they know their performance has been suffering. They've been letting people down, pulling people out, calling, oh, it's Craven, I'm going to take him. No, it was Raven. Clean your freaking goggles. That's it. I'm done with you. I don't even. I'm not giving you any more of my time, goggler. I mean, I'm a goggler. I'm here. I'm going to take this person. Goggle this. Are you serious? You're going to goggle us that way? Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I mean, seriously. What's next? Right? Yeah, we're going to shadow ban him more. Yeah, great. Goggler. You make me laugh, goggler. Seriously, sometimes I'm out with my friends and I'm just like, goggler, yeah, the goggler who's just taking Raven out for 10. What was goggler thinking that night? You really can't tell. I think it was the fog situation over his goggles. Oh my goodness, that is a good bit. So is the Grateful Dead bit, guys. If you haven't seen the Grateful Dead, hardest rock band in history that never was, you may want to check that out. It's probably one of the craziest things. That's awesome, Cheryl. That makes me so happy. Gima, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been definitely a journey, and I don't know when people joined. I'd love if people can remember the day they joined. I've been here for 917 days in a row, and we're just getting into some crazy stuff. I think I put a new... Oh, this isn't going to work. That's right, the strings. We need a new battery. that was blind, but now I see. I'm trying to remember. First thing I was thinking is trying to play the national anthem, but I don't know how that goes. Doesn't it start that way? Sorry, guys. I always do this. Okay, let's get this backdrop in here. Oh, you know, we'll keep it off for now. Just play like this. Summer days, we've long forgotten about our summer days. In many
many ways. We keep going in circles in many ways. I don't want to play any longer, just want to find some steady ground. And suddenly the rain starts pouring down. It's covering me from head to toe, and I can feel my soul start to quiver. The pensive man will always find a way, going to look from all angles and gonna find a sliver of hope to make it through and make you all look the other way. Check you out, yeah, watching with your jaw on the ground. They do it, I couldn't figure it out. That seems impossible, but I told you before, that's not the word, no, it's apostrophe missing there. I'm possible. I'm possible. I'm impossible. When you walk across the street and wondering where you got to be in 15 minutes, but you keep going cause your heart tells you got something desiring and you got to make it there, and you won't stop and get your share. Get it? Get it? The beat keeps on rocking through the night, keep talking like a clock, gotta keep keeping me on, not sleeping anymore, no, I got to keep on going. You got to keep on going, you got to keep on going into the night, into the day, into the face of darkness. Hey, you can't stop, no. Just getting going. possible.
Don't listen to the noise, no.
Anything's possible.
If you put your head down and go. If you put your head down and go. People keep saying you don't got what it takes. You got to show them that you're earthquake. Yeah, you're gonna make that work. Yeah, you got to get up, give it your all.
Nothing gonna stop you if you gonna give it everything you got.
If you give it all you got.
Possible, yeah.
Nothing's impossible, no, not anything is possible. Nothing's impossible, no, anything is possible. Nothing is impossible, no, anything is possible.
You got to go up and go. You got to give it your all. You got what it takes. You got to keep going. Not to reject.
Nothing gonna stop it. Nothing can get in your way.
You got what it takes.
Nothing can get in your way. Nothing is possible. Nothing's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. I said you can do it, you can do it all. Put your head down and go. Nothing's gonna stop you, no.
Cause anything is possible.
Oh, anything is possible.
Possible. Yeah, you just got to show, no matter what they say, gotta go. You can't stop, and you can't. You got to keep going, you got to keep flowing. Nothing can stop you, bro. Yeah, and you got to go. Everything's possible. Yeah. Oh, say everything's possible. Oh, yeah. Everything's possible. Oh, yeah, 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 everything's possible. Oh yeah, yeah. possible. Everything is possible. Possible. You put your head down, go. You gotta get it. Put your head down, go. Nothing gonna stop you, no. Cause everything's possible. Oh, everything is possible. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everything's possible. Yeah, I say everything's possible. In a dark world, gonna be light, gonna shine bright, gonna take down that sunlight. Oh, gonna bring the sunlight. Yeah, gonna be so bright. Yeah, nothing gonna stop me now, cause everything's possible. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cause everything is possible. Yeah, everything's possible. Everything is possible. Sig, my brother, in the house. Guys, anything is possible. Yeah, everything's possible. Woo! Everything's possible. Yeah, everything's possible. Wow, I threw that out of key. Woo, guys, new tune. New tune. All right, that was Dirty, too. Dirty Blues. Sig, thank you so much for your donation, brother. You rock. Raven! Oh, my goodness. Did you hear that song, Raven? What the freak? I've been enjoying. So right now I'm in the process of editing this for you guys. Check this out. Like, I forgot I did this. This is on day 907. And I'm so glad I found this because I was going through footage trying to find, like, yesterday's or two days ago video. And you guys remember this? This was Almost Lost to Time. Almost Lost to Time. The shade. The fruit grows
So it's just like a weird melodic tune, and then at the end it gets crazy. Cool tune. So I'm in the process of editing that, but we have like 3 or 4 more pieces of music still. And that. I mean, we did some rapping type of stuff in there, but it should totally be a rap tune. Oh, everything's possible. Abso-freaking-lutely. Are you kidding me? Hold on, oh, goodness. So that song right there is getting me going. Woof. But give me a moment right here in order to catch myself. And this right here, I told you about it before. I'm going to play it for you. This is my Grateful Dead bit. You need to know about it. It happened. And give it a like and a share. It's funny, funny stuff. Check this out. You're going to be like, are you kidding me? And someone the other day was like, yeah, I had the same situation. Tell me if this happened to you at all. Or am I the only one in the world? And of course, we amplify and make it as satirical as possible. So I hope you enjoy it. I don't always use my good speakers, but when I do, I watch Reniassance, man. I love that, Alex. Alex has given us the old Dos Equis. You want to hear something funny? So for the longest time, I never saw a commercial. That was like a newer thing. But I thought it was Dos Equis. And I remember the first time someone like brought it out, and I was like 25, I don't know, maybe even later. And they're like, hey, would you like a Dos Equis? I'm like, what? What's that? I was like, oh, Dos Equis? Yeah, I'll have one of those. I'll have a Dos Equis. I'm not sure about a Dos Equis. That one I'm not really sure about. But I will have a Dos Equis. Thanks. Could you pass me a Dos Equis, please? A what? A Dosi. Give me a Dosi. What the freak? I want a Dos Equis. So that was it. I always, I thought that was funny. The other thing I thought was pretty funny is I never had a chance to, I gotta just try to rephrase that. I had the chance to. I did not go see Jerry Garcia play, and I had a chance to in 1995 before he passed away. My friend in high school played basketball with, Brian. He was like, I'm going to see the Dead. Do you want to go? I was like, what? He's like, the Grateful Dead. Do you want to go? I don't know, guys. I'm not sure about you, but when I heard the name The Grateful Dead for the first time, for the first 50 times, I never heard the music, but I thought The Grateful Dead was the hardest rock band in the history of time. I thought they had devil horns. Yeah, The Grateful Dead. We're The Grateful Dead. Nobody else thought that's what The Grateful Dead was when they first heard The Grateful Dead, the name, The Grateful Dead. I was like, that's like a heavy metal. They have like a Reaper in the logo. No? Doesn't the Grateful Dead have like skeletons hanging over and like a Reaper like through the neck of one of the, and then there's a guy with like fangs and he had blood coming off those fangs? Isn't that the Grateful Dead? No, it's not some guy playing hippie music? What? Yeah, that was me. Let me get away. That's what I'm talking. You sit here, get whoa, guys, you come down. Renaissance, yeah, get whoa, oh no, whoa, we give you such an up and down feeling, like roller coaster, down to up, back down again. You go to Bronx, you see Christopher Walken there, paying respect to the Facce. It had to be done. Bottom line, just always pay respect to Facce, okay? You can't mess around with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. But Dos Equis, I'm down with. I'm down with Dos Equis. And the Grateful Dead, yeah, I'll be there with my freaking devil horns on that night when I go see them. I heard they were playing next week. And if you don't bring your chains and leather, and you don't go with fangs, you're not allowed in. They don't let you. It's Grateful Dead. You gotta, when you go there, you have to have a chainsaw in the back. Like that's like a prerequisite. You can't go into the place without chainsaw, fangs, even if it's a wig. It has to be long hair down to your knees, and you have to have mascara, to put mascara on as well. And if you're really smart, you'll walk in with a dosey case. Leather underwear, yeah, Paul. I mean, why not, right? I mean, seriously, if you have to show up with fangs, you got to show up with long hair down to your knees. You got to have the mascara on. Oh, I forgot. You also have to black out your eyes, like down with like you pull it down like the football players where they pet it normal until they run for a little while, and then it just like falls down their face like this, and they're like, ugh. You almost look like a Macho Man Randy Savage type of situation, you know, like that's what happens. And if you don't do the Macho Man, if you're not doing oh yeah, if you're not doing, give me a break into a Slim Jim, if you're not doing one of those random, like, oh yeah, snap into the Slim Jim, yeah, oh yeah. Something like that, I don't know. But if you're not doing that guy and you don't have long hair, you know, dealing with the mascara and you got the fangs, horns, and you show up with the leather underwear, as Paul says, you can't get in. I'm sorry. You also have to walk in and say their fourth track backwards in reverse, because it's like a devil's like a prayer. It's like it's weird. If you play the fourth song of Grateful Dead backwards, it's a devil's prayer, and everybody's like, oh hell, and it's like really really messed up. So like, but look, that's like the thing. If you're into it, you could be into it, and like that's cool. I mean, I'm just not. I'm not into the devil thing, and like the Grateful. You know, if you're gonna be like, I'm going to the Grateful Dead because I'm into the skeletons over the top with like a sickle. Oh yeah. You're not walking around with a sickle? If you don't show up with a sickle in hand, and you over here you're dealing with like, oh, I brought extra fangs in case these, you know, pop off when I'm chewing someone's face. Like that, you're not carrying in sorry. You have a ticket, I understand, but did you follow A through Z? You gotta pick it all one by one. If you don't do that, let me see what you got done so far. Where are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. You did do the long hair. Good job. Mascara, check. Okay, I see you did the mascara. Good. I feel kind of weird asking, but did you put the leather underwear on? You did? Okay, check. So you got most of it. You're doing all right so far. Did you happen to bring your chainsaw? You okay? Good. You got a chainsaw. You're doing great. Sickle. I see. Yeah, you got your sickle. So I mean, the only thing that's left is, did you bring the blood of an unborn baby? Because if you did that, then you're in. Then you get to go to the Grateful Dead show. But if not, that's the final part of the list. And I'm sorry, it looks like you didn't do that. You should call Hillary Clinton and you should see if you can work that out. Come back. You could come back afterwards. She's got the hookup. She's like the ringleader. You know, there's nothing like her. You know, nothing gets her going like a night of sacrifice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's real. So you can go and check with her. And, you know, when you come back, you could be like, I want to go to see the Grateful Dead. And you can check and see if you got A through Z. All right? But that's on you. You're not going to do that? I don't even know what to tell you. Like, you're willing to do a few things, but not go all the way in order to be at the satanic Grateful Dead show. Sometimes I'm just baffled that you like work this way. You know, I don't know. I mean, so what do you tell people? Like, oh, I sort of did it. Like, I just want to know, like, I want to be like a fly on the wall at the next cocktail party. And like, oh, so tell us, you went to the Grateful Dead? No, I almost went. Oh, really? What did you miss? Oh, I didn't bring the blood of an unborn baby. Oh! That was you. You decided not to go the Sacra. You know, you didn't want to go the Sacra. I can't say the full word, I don't think. I don't know, maybe. But you didn't want to go that route. You didn't want to go and sacrifice, yeah. You brought the fangs, though. Good. That one, you know, at least you got those. And chewing someone's face, you know, you're prepared. I see. But look, you know what I mean? Like, I see you're sort of into the Dead, you know, just like a little. I like the guitar player. You do? Yeah. What's his name? Devils McRadison? No. Jerry Garcia? What? What do you mean? Garcia? That doesn't sound like a devil-like name at all. What? Phil Lush? What? That doesn't... No, that's not a... So wait a second. Which one wears the fangs? Which one has the long hair down to their knees with the mascara going? None of them? What do you mean? What do you mean they're not a hard rock band? Are you freaking kidding me? I've been thinking for all this time that they're like, the Grateful Dead. And you didn't correct me at all? You had me believing it this whole time? I could have gone and seen the guy. He's dead now, died, but I don't know what happened. Cheeseburger, I'm not sure. But I didn't get a chance to see him play. Because for the longest time, I'm there thinking it's the chin, 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 chin. And nobody played me a freaking song. Oh, Touch of Grey came on the radio when I was 19. I'm like, that's the Grateful Dead? Yeah, that's the story. The first time I heard the Grateful Dead was when I was 19 years old, after Jerry Garcia passed away, after I passed the opportunity to see him, and I heard Touch of Grey, and I go, that's the Grateful Dead? What? No, I thought the Grateful Dead, yeah, I'm going to kill somebody. What? Like Pantera, Grateful Dead. This is the same vibe. No? I always thought that was very funny because I really, for years, thought that was my reality. So I just gave you the first time I heard that was the Dead and what they really sounded like. I was like in love. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I didn't go see that guy play guitar, you know? And so it's crazy. So I make comedy out of tragedy in a way because I should have seen him play guitar at least once live. I had the opportunity to. But in general, I really did believe that. I really believed that the Grateful Dead, the Deadheads. When I heard Deadheads, I was like, dude, they're like smashing people like mosh pit style. I mean, you guys have to remember, I was like into hip hop. I was into hip hop at first. So when I finally figured out music, like that blew my mind. Like, you know, that something called the Grateful Dead wasn't hard rock, like smashing someone's head against a freaking cement wall. You know what I mean? It was interesting to hear it the first time when I was 19, and I had just started playing music about 6 months earlier. And when I heard them, I was like, oh, this is great stuff. I want to go see them. They're like, nope. He passed away last year or whatever. You know, it was 96, I think it was when that happened, 97. He passed away a year and a half ago. I'm like, I could have gone. Brian invited me. He had an extra ticket. I remember. He said, do you want to go? And I was like, no thanks, dude. You're going to go smash your head against the wall? Good luck, buddy. You're going down to see you smash your head in a mosh pit and get stomped? You're going to get stomped and drink the blood of something? I don't know what you're doing. Oh, the concert was great. Yeah, I'm sure it was. You came back with Hep C. I'm drinking the blood of the, like, what are we doing? They just like bled a goat in front of you, and you heard them like he played the song where he was like bringing back the you know, whatever. You know, look, that was on you though. You decided to do that. That's totally like my mind was like, this is like the hardest rock band in history, the Grateful Dead. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that out and drop that, guys. I think that's something that needs to be a bit, you know. Oh my goodness, guys. Now I do have another Ben Affleck, Curious Case of Ben Affleck coming tomorrow, and then we did another one tonight of him, the roller coaster around Affleck. It takes 7 years. It's like a journey and a half, but you know, it's worth it. Since Sig is here, I think we should do a little something special for Sig. There is a new series that Sig may not know exists. And bottom line, let's see if we can create a little magic for Sig. So this is how it works. Let's see if this is even working. Hello? It is working. See? I'm going to throw the old microphone on so you can hear me better. Because I got to move this one out of the way. This one's got to get out of the way over there. Let's put it over there for a minute. How about that? Oh! Sorry about that. But we're here live. Let's see if we can get this working here. Okay. No, we don't want to see you. I mean, like, trying to get the microphone in the right spot. Susan, are you going to ever do your job?
I mean, you sit here, you put me on the sidelines, you give me the microphone, you're like, you do it, Future Mark. What are you getting paid for? You getting paid to play Tetris?
A crunchy, cheesy
my background
universe
making noise?
comprised of otherworldly flavor and textures. The
Hold on, we're not going back to this app. We need to find somewhere else. What's this? All right, here we go. There we go. All right. So I'm having an issue with the microphone, Susan. When do we go live? When is showtime? Because I'm not ready yet. Why don't you come over and prepare me? You're gonna sit there and play Tetris. What level are you on? You're still on 13. You were on 13 3 episodes ago. You haven't progressed. I told you if you had a problem, I was there with the inventor. Went a little too far back in time. Taguchi Bagaluko created the most amazing Tetris game. He said, what do you think, Future Mark? I said, you're going to have to create a system that allows the blocks to turn in, and you could create a perfect block line. Then it goes down a level. Taguchi was like, you're the genius of all geniuses, Future Mark. So anyway, are we looking a little better, Susan? I mean, I guess I'll do it myself because you're just horrible. But I do want to say something. Future Mark very, very much appreciates Anna Treos supporting Future Mark's mission to come through the black hole and deliver future messages for you. So if you have any questions, my name is Future Mark. I'm here from 2769, and we're here to answer your questions about life, but the future, because you need to know what's coming. Remember, you can't change a thing, all right? Everybody, oh, I could do it. Butterfly effect. You can't do butterfly effect. I'll do a Biff Tanner. You can't be Biff Tanner. You can't do it. What you can do is hear the future before it comes and just get prepped. That's what you could do. So any questions coming in from the chat tonight? We do have a very good friend that's here from the present time. I'm here actually. As you know, yesterday I was in Middle Earth, and today I'm in the upper crust of Middle Earth. I just decided to take a journey upper crust style. So any questions to answer while I'm here? Because look, I'm only here for a short time. I do have to take a black hole back to 2769. Right now, 2412. It's a good year. Good year. This is the year that butterflies were in season. You can see they're fluttering in the background and little weird, like pixies. Those are pixies. So any questions that I can answer for you while I'm here? I'm at your disposal, Future Mark. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Can't tell you that. That's information that will create a butterfly effect. We're not doing butterfly effects, remember? I'm going to Biff Tanner it. You think you could grab a Sports Illustrated 50th anniversary? I'm over me. Biff Tanner? Doesn't work that way. Cause and effect. Biff Tanner does one thing, it changes the future. No. Biff Tanner winds up getting smacked in the fotch. You can't do future events, past events, and try to crisscross them. When you're from the future and you do this, you get smacked with something called the time paradox. The time paradox will take you out. Like, seriously, nobody wants to mess with the time paradox. When you're a time traveler, you don't mess with the time paradox. You're like, look, I'm here. I'm not going to go and pick up that Honus Wagner card in 1974 when I could have got it for $15. I could have bought Honus Wagner $15. I'm not going to go back and buy like every Michael Jordan rookie card in 1986 when they were 15 cents on the dollar. What out of it? I would create a butterfly effect worth $1 million right now. We got 1 million of them. That's a billion zillion. That's the Biden math right there. If you don't know who that is, he's the president in a time called 2021. And in the future, they find out that he really didn't realize he was president. The whole time, he had no idea he was there. He thought he was sleeping in his basement. Groundhog style. Anyway,
Any questions that I can answer? Modoc Rothstock says, you can get top-notch information from Zachary Hubbard. That's interesting. Is there any questions I can answer for you, Modoc? Look, I'm here from 2769. Trying to give you the future. You need to know the path of resistance. Dagger! Bulldag is in the house tonight. I was just talking about him a little while ago, wasn't I? Ensig. Talked about both of you. You should go back and listen. But we're here, Future Mark. Any questions for you? I'm here, upper crust and Middle Earth. It's discovered in the year 24/7. You're like, look, we're down there with Gandalf. Gandalf's down the other scene yesterday. Today I'm here like across from, there's the Cinderella type princess that lives across the way. If I wanted, I can go over there, knock on the door, let down your hair. Future Mark. But instead, I'm here with you. Got to answer questions, see if we can answer any questions in the future. The waterproof mascara in Waterworld, absolutely. Oh, Vernon's back. Any questions for Future Mark? Look, I'm going to get the frig out of here and get in my time machine. If you got no questions for Future Mark, then I'm just freaking sitting here. Came back in time for no reason. I got freaking Susan over there. She's not doing her part. Telefriffin, another bang-up job without changing the background. I got to say, good for you over there, because I was going to throw something at you tonight. If you happen to change background, Future Mark, whackity-doo, was throwing something at you. I was going to see what happens, because last time he was just completely wrecked. I don't know what he took, but he was looking through me. I thought he was really into the show. Something's going on back there. Telefriffin, are you messing with the scene, throwing extra lighting on me? What are you doing, Telefriffin? You better not be messing with my background right now, Telefriffin. I was in the middle of complimenting you for not messing with my background. All of a sudden, I'm starting to see an extra cast of light. Why don't you tell him to lay back on the freaking extra light? I don't need more light. We're good on the light. I'm going to get more on the Future Mark. Telefriffin. Gosh. You know, I can't figure it out. I come down here and do future casts. You're going to come at with future cast? No, Susan, I don't want to hear from you either. Tetris, are you still on 13? Still on freaking 13? Give me it. Give it to me. I'm here doing future cast. You're there at Tetris. You can't even break the 13th level? Give me the freaking Game Boy Advance. I'm breaking it down for you. I'll give it back to you right after. Get you level 14. You can stay there for 4 weeks. You've been there for 4 weeks. I went to the future. I got more information. Uploaded it to my app. Oh, how do you know all the events from the future, Future Mark? Because I got an app on my phone. Oh, look. Oh, okay. That's what I found out right there. Jima? Yeah, Jima went down and found a job. I can't tell you that story. The job is it's substantial. It's in a really important part of the world. And it really saves lives. That's all I could say, so keep doing it. Do they ever find Noah's Ark? That's a very good question. Yes, they do. In fact, it's the only thing that is found in the year 2196. Like, wow, nothing was found at all. Yep, except for the friggin' Noah's Ark. They were there excavating it all year, so they couldn't find anything else. Telefriffin, you giving me more lighting again? They had every excavator there. You even got the Ark. That thing was massive. It was under like a segment of Kenya. A quarter of it. How do you think they had 2 of everything on it? That thing's massive. And back then there was a lot more that were, you don't know this, but we are 1% of what exists. 99% of everything that existed prior to us is extinct. We're a part of the 1% that's still here. And where I am in the future, I'm down to like 1%. I told you there's 7 people left. 2769. 7 people. You guys dealt with the whole AI thing. I can control Schwarzenegger. Nobody can control Schwarzenegger.
You thought you could control AI?
Yeah, we're going to do a better job than they did in the movies.
I went back to the future in order to tell them about what's going to happen in the future. They made Terminator movies, 7,264 of them. You guys still didn't get the freaking picture. Oh, that was a really good film. It wasn't a film, it was Future Cast. That was a Future Cast. You're there watching Terminator 2, Terminator 3, guy melts down, you're not like, okay, maybe we should rethink the AI thing. No, you're like, let's double down on AI. Let's double down on it. What are you doing? Doubling down on AI when you know there's a T2 coming around the corner? Looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. I don't want you to come back. How about you stay back there in California and you go govern? Governator. Go give a governator thing going on. We don't want to see you breaking down the front walls of police stations in order to murder everybody. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know that. Remember, look, you have two options in the future. There's no way to change this now because of the Elon Musks of the world and Mark Zuckerberg's. These people make the decisions for you. And what they decide to do is go full force into AI. It's already happened. It's over for you guys. I'm sorry. It happened. I'm in the future. It happened. And you couldn't stop it. It's unfortunate. But when you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger showing up, why didn't you run? That's my question. Why didn't you run? Oh, look, I'm a huge fan. Oh, dead. You went over to Arnold Schwarzenegger like you thought it was really Arnold Schwarzenegger? There's 50 of them all over the place. You're just pounding people in the face. Hey, man, I'm a huge fan of you, Arnold. Bam. Do you know how many people he killed in the middle of the United States? They just all ran up to him. Arnold, I'm a huge fan. Bobby Buck. He pounded everybody in the face. Everybody's dead. He's like taking out guns. Brrr. They're all like, oh, can I have your autograph? Brrr. Terminator situation. What are we doing there? Remember, that was the people who survived. The other ones went, and that was the end of them. But you got a situation. Schwarzenegger out there, zippity zoo. He's just taking people out, and they all are asking for autographs. Hey, can we get one with you, and then you can leave some space for Danny DeVito? You want to do a twin situation where you're gonna go down and find Danny DeVito and ask him to sign the other half? Pow! You got murdered right there by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's there as a T2 situation. You thought it was really him from the movies. Didn't you figure out that he doesn't get younger? Oh, it's eugenics. He's got this whole thing where he's actually able to make himself younger. No, that's not real. Like, that's called a T2 situation, and you are now a dead person because you thought you can get a signature. First of all, I could have told you Schwarzenegger doesn't sign signatures even if it was the real Schwarzenegger. He's not signing it. He's probably giving you a punch in the mouth as well. You know, no, I don't give you a signature. Pow! You get pounded in the mouth. You should have known that. You're going up to him thinking you get a signature when you didn't realize you get murdered. You thought it was really Arnold Schwarzenegger. Guess what? You still got popped in the mouth and murdered. He didn't want you to bother him. He's like, look, I'm trying to just go and grab something to eat. You're going to come over and ask me for a signature? Pow. Whatever he sounds like. You know what I'm saying, right? Bottom line, you knew it was coming. And you still were like, yay, Zuckerchooch. Mark Zuckerchooch, yay, my savior, please. Please help us. Please show us the way, Zuckerchooch. You stole your software and your design and your company. You stole it because you have no creativity. You're just really a thief. Ghoul. These are things they call them in the future. But look, you gotta understand, when you're Zuckerchooched, you kind of see it from the perspective of, I don't know, piece of garbage that's just kind of destroying the planet. I'm going to make the choice of who the next president is. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to censor everybody. And truth, we're going to stop that from being heard. Oh, that truth you heard? That's been fact-checked by our fact-checkers. Nobody will know that we hired the fact-checkers. They all knew.
I'm from the future. I'm telling you, in the future, everybody's like, are you freaking kidding me? We all knew that it was Zuckerchooch trying to Zuckerchooch everybody, and nobody was fooled. Oh, this has been fact-checked. Oh, by who? You, Zuckerchooch? You went in there like, I don't like the way this looks. I'm going to have to fix this and say that it's the fact-checked. Zuckerchooched! And that's what happens. But in the future, everybody's like, we all knew we were getting Zuckerchooched, but we had no control. Billionaire, he was controlling the platform. It also comes out that they were all working in tandem. They had a list. Yeah, they're like,
oh, we don't like the Renaissance Man show because he does a Donald Trump impression. And he makes fun of a guy who really should be made fun of because he's the worst president in the history of time. And it's funny to make fun of a guy who's like, yeah, my Aunt Judy told me to come out. Zuckerchooched. Zuckerchooched, Zuckerchooched.
You can't stop the truth from coming out. You can Zuckerchooch, but at the end of the day, one day Future Mark meets Zuckerchooch. That is an interesting day. You want to hear about it? Do you know what happens that day? Oh my goodness. Future Mark sitting across from Zuckerchooch. Zuckerchooch is like, oh Mark, I'm such a big fan. Zuckerchooch gets elbowed right in the Facce. You realize that he's actually not a human being. His face, you ever seen that thing where the face goes, it comes open and then there's like buttons inside? Zuckerchooch, that's him, cyborged. He doesn't like, you click and you push in a certain way on his ear, face opens up. You still see that weird face there when he opens up and he's going, I'm going to go down and take some of this. I'm going to censor somebody right now. He's talking about censoring people when his face opens up. I got to censor. Opens up his face. Then his wife goes over and dials in the special code. 666666666. Zuckerchooch. All of a sudden, he comes to life with the next plan. Let's censor more. Let's censor more. That's the next plan. That platform's the next MySpace. I'm just letting you know. I saw it. I'm in the future. You got Friendster. You got MySpace. You got Facebook. You got Instagram. You got Twitter. You got... It keeps going. And all of a sudden, nobody goes back to Facebook. They're like, this guy's a Zuckerchooch. At the end of the day, everybody Zuckerchooches Zuckerchooch. I'm just waiting for people to realize. Look, it comes to the year 2024. The whole world Zuckerchooches Zuckerchooch. I'm not going to go to Zuckerchooch book anymore. I'm canceling my Zucker book. I don't need a foopy boopy. Are you kidding me? I don't want that guy in my life anymore. He's a foopy boopy. Oh my goodness! I don't want a foopy poopy. What are we doing with the foopy poopy Zuckerchooch? But Future Mark meets Zuckerchooch. Conversation ensues. Future Mark grabs his ear in a certain way. I just start dialing sixes. I'm like, oh, I think that's the code. I think if I get 3 of them in a row, we're good to go. I hit a self-destruct button. Zuckerchooched. I ran full speed. I was like, I'm out of here. So that's what happens. Look, I'm no more on the chooch that's known as Zuckerchooch. I am here to answer your questions, so I will get to that now. Remember, my name is Future Mark. I'm here from the year 2769 to answer your questions about the future. So what can I answer for you? Trish, how are you? Ed, how are you? Sig, how are you? Bull Dagger, how are you? Sharon, how are you? Yeah, Texas lady in the house. Let's see. I'm looking for some questions. Deflustrated kicking it with me. I love it. Let's see. Raven's kicking it with us still. I love it. Any questions for me? I don't know if I missed while I was in the middle of telling you all about Zuckerchooch. Oh, as Sharon Alvarado said, Mark, did you have a nice weekend, 4th of July, fireworks, firecracker day, or whatever? I did. In fact, Sharon, sometimes I just feel like, you know, doing like a 4th of July thing, right? Where I'm just like on a 4th of July tour. And like, I'll spend like a month and a half going year by year to 4th of Julys. just to kind of compare the fireworks displays. Like, I did 20 in a row. I was like, I'm going to 20 years in a row of fireworks. I want to see who has the best fireworks display. It was kind of interesting. I went from 76 to 96. I was kind of interested. 74, I didn't get to, but they were the best. Obviously, started 76. But in the middle there, 88, woo! The 88 fireworks in San Francisco. Holy freaking cow. I don't know what they put in the water that year. But the fireworks display like that, before or since, really. I mean, I've done the fireworks run. I call it the fireworks run. I think 3 times. Right, I go out there for about a month and just go year by year, fireworks display, and do the old compararoo. I want to find out which one has the best display, so I can tell you guys. 88. Go back in time. You're gonna check it out and be like, Future Mark was right. Look, sometimes I tell you about a future past event. You're like, oh yeah, that's right, that did happen. You're a Future Mark. Why, did you know there was an earthquake in 1986? Yep. Future Mark. You just were Future Marked. Look, you didn't realize this, but there's a baseball player named Babe Ruth. Future Marked. You just got Future Marked. You were like, I didn't know that. Now you know. And you're like, it's real. He's the future guy. Hold on, you guys didn't know the most amazing thing to ever happen in 1905. There's a guy and his brother, and they wind up getting an airplane, and they fly. Yeah. That's right. No, there's actually airplanes. They fly through the air. We have, like, hoverboards and stuff like that in the future, hoverball. Back then, Orville Redenbacher is right. They went out there, and they created the first plane flight. Yeah, North Carolina, they did it. You didn't know about this? Future Marked. I'm sorry. Look, every once in a while, I hit you with the truth. Something's going on with my screen right now. Of course, they're going to cut out my screen when we're in the middle of a future cast. You can't talk about the Future Mark. You can't get into the future because that's going to, that's right, affect the future. What are they doing to my screen here, though? Is this because... Let's see if I'm still, like, working over here. All I can say is this. Future Mark is just on fire. And Telefriffin messed it up again. Telefriffin, you can't keep the camera running smooth while in the middle of a future cast? Oh, my goodness. How many times do I have to be in the middle of a moment where I'm about to tell you about the history of time? You need to know about this event. Because if you don't, things could go bad. I just want you guys to know about something. This is a serious one. I'm really serious. In the late 60s and early 70s, you're going to be in a massive war that you probably should never have been involved in. Look, they call it... It was a terrible thing. I'm sure you're just being alerted of it now from Future Mark. So, I just don't do it. You know, you can't do butterfly effect. Biff Tanner, you can't do Biff Tanner it.
I got the 50th anniversary Sports Illustrated.
It's got a swimsuit model on it. This edition. Oh, from 2000 to 2050. Biff Tannered. You got Biff Tannered. First of all, what are you doing betting on games from 2009 and 2021? Oh, I think that the Oakland A's are going to win. The Oakland A's do not win. In fact, the Oakland A's do terrible. And you never should, have put your money on the Oakland A's. Telefriffin, am I even live right now? I'm seeing a freaking circle on my screen. What are you doing? How could you interrupt my show right in the middle of a future cast? I just can't figure out what the heck you're doing here. Like, you got... And Susan, like, what are you doing over there? Are you level 13ing it again still? Like, is that... Level 13 for 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks Susan, has it really been 2 weeks that you've been working on level 13? Because, like, you got to be able to get through 13. It's like, okay, hold on. I remember 13 specifically. Okay, so when you see that T one that comes down, that one's got to go to the left. And then you're going to get the L shape with the 4 up and the 1 over. That one you flip sideways, and you bring it all the way to the right. You'll get the 4 boxeroo. You can flip any of those because it's all 4s. Like, you bring it right there in the middle. And then if I recall, the very next one is another L. You flip it on its side, bring it over to the left, zippy-doo-doo, and then that one long one comes up, stick it there in the middle, you're good to go. You just blocked out a double-decker. You just double-deckered it. You're done with level 13. You're on level 14. And you're thanking Future Mark. You're welcome. You are welcome. I just got all the information. I'm here for the future. So anyway, anybody else have any questions? Texas Lady, so good to see you. Dagger, so good to see you. Mark, need to win the lotto. Yes, the lotto will be good, but I can't Biff Tanner you. I'm sorry. Cannot do the Biff Tanner routine. I'm going to answer one more question here before getting back in my time machine, jumping through the black hole, and getting the heck out of here. Let's see. Last question. I'm scrolling down to the bottom. But I will tell you, Anna, the numbers to the lotto yesterday were 25, 17, 96, 42, 11, and the Powerball number was 5. How did you know it? Future Mark. Are you on it tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's, yeah, I can't tell you that one. Biff Tannered. I can recall any information, though, from the past, so just let me know. What are you looking for? That's what we do here. How many World Series is it? Look, I can tell you some basic info, but if I get really detailed, I'm dealing with a time paradox situation. Look, see the lights are getting stronger. They're trying to time paradox me now. Just because I'm giving you some information. That's what we're here to do. Future Mark. Future Cast. Anyway, look, it's been another compelling episode of Back to the Future, Mark. Telefriffin, I really don't understand you. You know, you show up, you throw extra lighting on me. I'm trying to just do a Future Cast here. You got a freaking number 2 over there. She's terrible. Tetrising it. She's still on the 13th level of Tetris. You finally beat it. It's because of what I told you, right? Oh, are you kidding me? Now you're not going to give me credit for it. You think you did it yourself? You've been working on it for 3 weeks. I tell you over, down, flipperoo, and you get through it, and then you're like, I'm the greatest Tetris player in the world. I was with the original creator, Yamaguchi Katera. You remember I told you about that? Yamaguchi, that dude could take you out anytime. 13. I was at level 13, 6 weeks. How long have you been on again? What else do you do? You don't do your job, clearly. I'm here. You can still see the microphone because you didn't do your job today, Susan. That's what happens when you pay SAG minimum for a props gal and for Randy Telefriffin. Yeah, Telefriffin's on the SAG minimum plan right now because he's Edward Award winner. When you're the Edward Award winner, you automatically have to work for SAG minimums because nobody wants to work with you. You're the worst. Edward Award winner means you're the worst ever. Like, as bad as Ed Wood. It's perfect. Just snap it. Print. Next. Hey, Telefriffin, let me ask you, when you go up and you accept your Ed Wood Award, do you talk like Ed Wood? Thank you very much for giving me the Ed Wood Award. Like, what do? Do you go up there and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the Ed Wood Award. I appreciate 9 years running, consecutive years in a row, Ed Wood Award winner, Randy Telefriffin. That's you, buddy. You know what? We're going for 10. We're going to go for a cool 10. This year, I think you should be number 10. Ed Wood Award winner, Randy Telefriffin. Randy Telefriffin, he said, Ed Wood Award winner. Said, Randy Telefriffin is an Ed Award winner. You know, that's what we have to do. In the future, when I go like this, I'm actually playing an air guitar, and you can hear it through speakers. Yeah, that's all done by Wi-Fi thought. Yeah, you just you think it goes through all the speakers. I could have played that in xylophone if I wanted to. But no, we're dealing with I'm not in the proper timeline. I'm in the 24s. I got to be in the 26, 7, 9s in order to have access to my mind instrument. It's called a mind instrument. And you're just thinking about stuff. I'm playing the organ now. But you're hearing me just make noises right now. In the future, that sounds like a freaking organ. Yeah. Look, I'm here with future events. Also, with just kind of cool things we're able to do in the future. Like make noises that sound like instruments. Just by thinking about them, That is something I just should probably patent right now. And I can be like the patent owner when that becomes a thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that. I came up with the idea.
Oh my goodness. So Future Mark is out of here. I do have to get the frig out. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I am going to put Sonny over here for 1 second because there's nothing like having a Sonny in the picture. Sonny! So until next time, Randy Telefriffen, Susan, the terrible Tetris player, and you, my friends and family of the past. I appreciate you. And remember, if you're here, then you did something right today. I'll see you on the next Back to the Future Mark. All right, Telefriffen, cut me. I'm done. I gotta go back to the future. I can't deal with you and your silly ways. I'm gonna cut the screen. You got a Susan situation in your hands. Good luck when it comes to level 15. Anyway, look, that's about it for me. Holy cow, guys. Oh my goodness. So, it's kind of what happens these days. We end on madness. Saying we've been creating a lot of stuff on madness. Guys, if you were not here when I wrote the song earlier that says anything is possible, I'm gonna release it tomorrow. But you may want to rewind and listen to that. And please head to Spotify, go to iTunes, and pick up my 6 albums that are out right now from 2021. 78 songs from just this year. And we're releasing our next album in about 3 weeks, and that song from tonight will be on it. Guaranteed. In fact, this is it.
Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible if you can get up and go. You just don't wait for that to tell you what to do and where to show. You can get up and go. Yeah, and nothing's gonna stop you. No, anything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Oh, everything's possible. Oh, yes, everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Said everything's possible. Said everything's possible. Said everything's possible. Said everything's possible. Everything's possible. It's all possible. It's all possible. It's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Said everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything and anything's possible. Everything. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Yeah. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. Everything is possible. So that will be out tomorrow. And I'll probably add some of that ending there because that was pretty tight. Some of it, I don't know, at least a piece of it. But there were some lyrics to that song. I was like, whew. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Dag, so good to see you, my friend. Sig, you rock. Sharon, you rock. Oh, I'm so glad you like that song. I mean, it means a lot, but every day I'm writing songs that are just like, man, they're blowing my mind. And if you go back and listen, you get to start saying to yourself, okay, this has to be heard. Because songs like that, anything and everything is possible. We are the change. Your smile is a weapon. But the vibe on that, ooh, especially when you hear the guitar. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Sharon, yes. Let's see. Sharon says, when I drove back from California to move to Connecticut, I stopped in New Mexico and got some of the most awesome bomb fireworks ever. Nice. Holy cow. So, guys, remember, tomorrow we do it all over again. But until then, let's see if I can say goodnight to each and every one of you. My brother Sig Sauer back with that wrench. I love it. Sharon, Cheryl Niles, Bull Dagger. So good to see you guys. Look, if you're here, say goodnight now or forever hold your peace. Remember, tomorrow we do this all over again. I'm thinking about something new for the week. I don't know if I'm going to do this, if I can do this, but I may try to go live at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I don't know. I want to try something. Like, I think it's interesting that this is something Christine brought up for me, though, but every night I go live, 5 other people are on at the same time. And it's an interesting thing. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, tonight even, I was on 10:45. I was on late. And I see right before I went live, like 15 minutes before, Adam Marfugel went live at 10:30. And I'm like, well, there you go. And like, when I go out at 9, he's on at 8:45 or 9. And it's like, there's no way you could ever get on by yourself with people who have a huge following and are already, people are going to go over and watch them. So I think I got to pick a time where nobody's on. Like, Ron is on it. It's during when I'm on. He's got 20,000 subscribers, and Wages when he has his show. So it's tough. My show needs to be at a time where people can enjoy it. And I'm thinking about trying 5 because that would allow me to get a show in, and then my kids, I'll be able to, put them to sleep and do the reverse. I put them to sleep and come down and do the show, but maybe I hang out with them and then I come in
or do the show and then go and put them to sleep and then have the night. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We may try it tomorrow, maybe not. Depends on my day. Granny, how are you? Holy cow. Future Mark is an infinite series of possibilities. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. Today specifically too, wow. We went into how Future Mark is proving himself to be Future Mark because he's telling you about past events. Oh, I just thought of one. Oh, I should have gone into it. I didn't do it. Next time. But I'm telling you about like the railroad was invented. Like you just so you know, they're inventing a thing called the railroad. You know, just you've been proven on Future Mark. You've been Future Marked. It's just such silly stuff. And now we're 9 episodes in, I think. I have to edit 3 episodes for you guys now. But we got a ton of music to get to. So, I don't know. Keep spreading the word, guys. Let people know we're here. I can't get to all this content until I can have an editor and do all that. I just don't have the time. So, got to focus on real estate during the day. If you guys need to buy or sell any real estate, shoot me a message. Anywhere in the country I can help you, whether it's in Connecticut or New York or Florida, Signos, or somewhere else in the country. I can find you a great agent in those areas. So, mp@markpires.com. Just make sure you check that out. And remember, this is a live show every single day. Day 918 in a row tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000 days in a row. Let's see if we can start getting some more people to join us and start feeling some of the expressive moments we have here. I'll keep showing up regardless, and I appreciate that you're here. So, until tomorrow, Anna, Dagger, Cheryl, Granny, Sharon, Zig, it's Mark Pires. And it's Reniassance, man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go.